Hey guys, welcome back to Automation Testing and DevOps Conceptual Training Session 6. In today's session, I will discuss the 15 important steps one by one which user need to follow to develop Selenium with Java test automation framework from scratch. So any automation tester, in case they want to start their career or journey into the automation testing world, they have to be familiar with different tool, right? Different framework, different programming language. Like there are a lot of kind of automation tool available like UFT, RFT, Tosca, Selenium, Cypress, Playwright, etc. And lot of programming language available in the world, right? C, C++, Java, Python, C hash, Ruby, Perl, etc. But in case, generally, user want to start automation testing framework design, Selenium is often the first option which comes to the tester mind. Why? Because Selenium is open source with large community support. Selenium has established itself as the favorite choice of automation tester over the last decade with significant traction. Test script in Selenium can be developed using popular programming language. It can be Java, Python, C hash, PHP, JavaScript, Ruby, etc. Selenium WebDriver is a widely used automation testing framework which can be used for cross-browser testing. Right? You can use go with Chrome browser, Firefox browser, Safari browser. Right? Automation cross-browser testing, cross-browser automation testing of any web application. Selenium support automation across multiple platform or operating system like Windows, Mac, Linux, etc. User can use Selenium Grid which helps run tests in parallel across different browser and platform combination. Selenium Grid follows a hub node concept where user can run the WebDriver script on a single machine which is known as hub, but the execution will be done by multiple remote machine which will be known as nodes via routing commands. Java comes with multiple complete automation framework like TestNG, JUnit, etc. that can be leveraged with Selenium for better coding, reporting and maintenance. That is the reason, right? Selenium with Java is one of the best options available to start, right? Automation framework development journey from the scratch. So what are the steps you need to follow? So I have mentioned here 15 steps. I will complete one by one. If you follow those 15 steps thoroughly, you will be able to develop a solid framework with the help of Selenium Java from the scratch. First, you need to install Java. So in case you are starting your journey with Selenium with Java, definitely you need to install the Java. So user need to install Java on their system to use Selenium with Java. User can download the latest version of Java from the official site website of Oracle. Once installation is done, installation means there will be JDK, JRE, Java Development Kit or Java Runtime Environment. Once installation is done, you need to set up, user need to set up the Java underscore home till the JDK path and the path variable or like till the bin folder. So once the installation is complete, user need to set the environment variable. So once Java part is done, then user need to install an IDE or integrated development environment. So user need to choose an IDE for any automation testing project. Most of the popular IDE for Selenium with Java are Eclipse, IntelliJ IDEA and NetBeans. Once you install the relevant IDE, so after opening you need to create some workspace. So workspace is nothing but it will be a place where user can store all recent projects. After that, as part of third step, user need to install Selenium WebDriver jar file. So you need to go to the official site of the Selenium and you need to download the latest version of Selenium WebDriver and configure it in the project. Nowadays Selenium 4 is available. So initially started with Selenium 2, then 3 and nowadays Selenium 4 version is available. You can use that latest version as Selenium 4 to start your journey for the Selenium Java. Then these are the three preconditions is done, right? You need to create a project in the IDE. So user need to have a project set up for writing and storing their test cases. Create a new project in the chosen IDE and add the Selenium API WebDriver jar file to the project class path. So you need to associate the jar file in case you are creating with Java project, right? But nowadays Maven project are also available. So in case you are creating Maven project on, you no need to manually download the Selenium jar file. So user can also create a Maven based project as well. So all the dependency will be in the Maven POM Excel file. POM is nothing but the page object model, and the test suite can be triggered using Maven command. So as and when you are creating the Maven project, there will be pom.xml file will be generated where you need to add all the dependency along with Selenium, Java, TestNG, JUnit, any kind of dependency you can add. So automatically all the relevant jar file or the configuration will be added to your project. You no need to manually do it. Then planning and designing of test cases. So before getting started with writing any automation test, it is recommended that the QA team invest time in creating a proper test plan. So any project, right? It functional testing also you need to create a better test plan. Similarly for the automation also you need to create automation test plan. So QA should come up with all possible logical scenario and create maximum test cases based on the end user perspective. Define a test cases using the test framework of their choice. You can use JUnit, you can use TestNG, etc. The test cases should include the Selenium WebDriver API call to automate the testing process. So planning and designing is one of the key important steps. So this is the fifth step. Then as part of the 6 steps, you need to choose the best suited locator. So while writing automation test script, a large chunk of time is spent locating the web element. Selenium offers us multiple strategy to locate a web element. You can identify the element with ID, name, link text, partial link text, tag name, right, class name, etc. In case those are not there, or maybe there is not a static part is available for those element locator, you can create your own customized XPath or CSS selector. After that you can proceed to identify the element properly or thoroughly. Okay. Here one step also you need to download is the relevant driver, web driver, right? Because in case you want to interact with the Safari browser, you need to download Safari driver. In case you want to go with Chrome browser, you need to download the Chrome driver. In case you want to go with Firefox, right, driver, Firefox browser, you need to download the Gcode driver. But nowadays also headless browser testing is also possible, right? You can use HTML unit driver for headless browser testing. After that, as part of your 7th step, you need to create a reusable component. So create reusable function or methods such as login, logout, and data entry that can be across multiple test cases. So that would be a very, very important point, right? You should not write the same script again and again and again, because in case you are doing so and in case you need to update anything, any of the script, right, you need to update all the places. Instead of that, you'll be creating a reusable component, and in case any update is required for the future, right, time, so you can update only that component, and automatically wherever that particular functions or method will be called, automatically everywhere, all the places it will be updated accordingly. The next step, implement page object model or POM. So whenever you will be starting any framework, you need to go with some design pattern. It can be page object model or page factory model, anything. So implement the page object model design pattern to create a clean and maintainable test framework. The page object model separates the test code from the UI element and makes the code more readable and reusable. In the page object model, all the web element actions and validations happen on each web page are wrapped into a class called page object class. The POM allows a clean separation between test and page specific code such as locator and layout. Due to the centralized nature of the page specific code, they can be reused throughout the test cases, reducing the code duplication. Also, in case of any UI changes, the fix need to be done only on the related project object, not on dependent test cases, making the code maintenance easier. That is the one of the main aspect of page object model. So you'll be creating the base class, you'll be creating the page class for all the pages, and in case any pages need to be updated, you'll be just navigating to that particular page class and will be updating there. You no need to update, or you no need to inspect the other pages. So that is the way you can save your effort and time. In POM, base class should consist setup and tear down operation like browser configuration, implicit explicit weight handling, cookies deletion, etc. Each test classes containing the test script must extend this base class. That is the important concept of page object model. So all the important key aspects will be writing in the base class, and whenever you will be creating the page classes for each and every pages, all the page class should extend the base class. Then as part of the step 9, you need to implement data-driven testing. So definitely you should not write the test script only in the classes. You should rely on some external data-driven part, right? You can rely on Excel sheet, you can rely on database, you can rely on CSV file. So implement data-driven testing using Excel sheet or CSV file or database to run the same test with different variety of test data. That is the way, instead of hard coding your data, you can vary your test data from the Excel sheet or CSV file, so that same test cases can be run with multiple variety combination of data. That is the one of the most important aspect in any of the automation framework. Then as part of steps 10, you need to add logging and reporting, right? Unless you are generating beautiful report, right, your any kind of testing is not successful, because at the end user, the stakeholder, some customer, they are not familiar with the automation approach, the programming language or the tools. They only intend to get the right outcome. How many test cases passed, how many failed, how many skipped, what is the reason, how many defects you have logged, all this stuff. So for that you need to add logging and reporting. As the test should become extensive, locating the failed test cases and debugging becomes challenging. In these cases, reporting and logging practices can act as huge savior. Add logging and reporting to the test framework to track test execution and generate report. Logging helps user to understand their code better and hence make debugging easier. Examining log is quickest way to analyze why user code faces a problem. Some of the popular log label are debug, info, warning, error, and critical. Good logging saves time. However, if overdone, it can slow down the test execution. So whenever you want to use logger, you can use log4j. For the reporting, you can use report.ng, alio report, extend report, anything. So that will create some customized report, right? And you can share with the respective stakeholder. So in a from the single mail, they can get to know overall status of your project, whether the test case is passed, failed, how many defect has been logged, whether it's breaking the functionality, all this stuff they can get to know. Then incorporating the wait commands. Sometimes it is required to incorporate wait command for few of the cases. Otherwise, your page will not load properly and the test cases or test script might get failed. So the web browser takes some time to load the web page contents. The time taken for page load depends on many external factors like network speed, server issue, machine compatibility, etc. To tackle this, a tester need to add some delay into the code so that web element will be loaded and available before performing any action on it. So you can use implicit wait, explicit wait specific to particular condition like that in the framework. In Java, tester often achieve this delay using thread.sleep. However, this is not recommended practice during the framework development. For the isolation part, you can definitely use the thread.sleep, but in the framework, you should not use. Because in case you are using thread.sleep, so by default that time it will wait. Though your action is happening, but it will still wait. So that is the way it will, right, take some additional time. So as the name implies, when the thread.sleep method is called, the thread goes to sleep for the specified amount of time and does absolutely nothing to pause the automation script. After the time is over, it moves on to executing the next line of code. Then capture screenshot is also one of the important steps of the automation framework development. So in case you are doing any kind of testing, does not matter, API testing, manual testing, automation testing, always you should justify your testing with proper evidence of the screenshot. In case of like validation right, failure or the pass, you need to still you capture your screenshot. So in automation, user can rely on assertion message that they print in case of failure. In addition to that, user can also have the screenshot of the browser in case of failure due to assertion or unavailability of any web element or any other issue. Then user need to use test engine framework for parallel test execution, because in the real time, right, you might need to run your test cases parallelly in different browser, different operating system due to the time crunch, right? So in actual project, user need to write, run and maintain 100 to 1000 of test cases. Each testing cycle will demand user to execute their test cases on multiple platform and device to ensure that application behaves as expected under various conditions to assure the product quality before going live. It becomes highly desirable to reduce the overall test execution time, and one way to achieve it through parallel testing. TestNG test automation framework allow user to run test in parallel or multi-threaded mode by utilizing the multi-threading concept of Java. So in the TestNG XML file, there is an option you can use multi-threading, right? Thread count will be a couple of stuff, and it's like parallel equal to method, test or script or should like that. Then debug, run and maintain the test case. That is the 14th step of the automation framework development. So once everything is done, you need to debug your test cases first. You need to find out any kind of failure is there or not. Then you can fix them. After that, as and when your requirement is come, right, to run your smoke suit or regression suit or end-to-end suit or integration suite, you can run them properly, and then at that point you can generate the beautiful report and you can share with the respective stakeholder. But always you need to remember that maybe you will not be running, right, your requirement is not to run the test cases every day. Sometimes it can be weekly, sometimes it can be monthly, quarterly, like that. But still you need to maintain your test script to see, right, for any kind of changes in requirement or application behavior or pages change. You should always incorporate those changes. Otherwise your automation testing will be presenting to a big failure. Because say today you have already developed 100 test script, right, and you did not maintain anything. After 3 months you need to run those on the script, and within the 3 months lot of requirement got changed, lot of pages got changed, lot of new field got added, updated or removed. But in case you are not updating your code, right, whenever you want to run the test script, 100 test script after 1 month time, everything will be fail. But that is not the real failure. No, that is not because of any defect. Because the test case is failing because you did not update them as per the latest requirement or latest changes. So that is the reason you should always maintain your script to update on the real time, so that as and when required, right, you can run them and you can just give the proper report to the respective stakeholder. The last or 15th step is integration with any CI/CD tool. The maximum ROI or return on investment of test automation comes from its frequent execution, either as part of the CI/CD pipeline or running them often. Jenkins is one of the most widely used DevOps tool used in automation, automating the complete life cycle of continuous integration, delivery and deployment. Jenkins allows teams to execute a series of automated tests and build. This ensures the code is always up to date and the automation suite is getting executed after every commit. So what are the benefit of using CI/CD integration with Selenium framework? Quicker release cycle. Pacing up the build and testing cycle will allow the team to get new features into production faster, and it also helps to reduce the testing execution time exponentially by triggering from the pipeline. Pipeline helps the organization to accelerate the release rate with utmost quality. So what is the importance of CI/CD tool? So that you can, as and when your some build is coming, you can definitely integrate your Selenium framework with that tool. So automatically everything will be executed automated process. So you know manual intervention is required. Sometime you can, in case build is happening on the night basis or the weekend, right, you know no manual intervention is required, right, still it will try to execute the script and it will just try to right, run all the basic test case and it will generate the report of the pass or fail. In case failure, right, code will be rolled back. In case of positive, in case of pass, code will be like promoted to the higher environment. It ensures high quality. CI/CD also ensures high quality. Any software development process that includes continuous testing is on its way toward establishing a critical feedback loop to go fast and build effective software by making the Selenium automated suite part of this pipeline. As users run their suite after every change done by the development team, it always provides a quality check of each and every code pushed by the developer. The pipeline with continuous testing builds quality and reduces risk and waste in the software development lifecycle. That way, your software development lifecycle process can be framed. So, in most of the organization, right, they do not wait for the code to be deployed, just like Facebook, YouTube, all this, right, different big company, they do not wait to deploy the code, so they use continuous integration, continuous development and deployment, right, so that their environment will not be down for a single second as well. In case there is down for second to minute to hour, they will lose like huge kind of amount, right? So that will not happen for them, so they always use continuous integration, continuous development, continuous deployment process. Then one of the last important benefit of CI/CD is simplify rollbacks. So integration of automation with the pipeline helps to run regression on code changes, and if the test fail, then user can easily roll back the changes to working state. In most of the cases, they basically roll back to the last successful build for stability. So that is the way CI/CD will help, right, the automation testing framework as well to complete the automation process or automation life cycle. So in case you are able to follow these 15 steps thoroughly, I can assure that you can definitely create one of the best automation framework using Selenium and Java. That's all from today's session, guys. Thank you.